Welcome. My name is Jamie Kramer, the Executive Director at Canine Life. Thank you for joining us today for our Canine Partner for Life Summer 2021 virtual graduation. Today, we are celebrating the accomplishments of 6 full-service teams and 2 home companion partnerships. Graduates, please be comfortable in your home. Move around if you'd like. And if your dog alerts, please listen to your dog and lie down or sit. By thanking our board of directors who generously give their time and talents to CPL. This group of volunteers work as a team to oversee operations and to strategically plan for the future of the organization's needs. Their decisions are guided by our mission and our core values. Thank you for your dedication and continued support for our mission. I recognize our volunteers. There are so many of you that give so much of your time and talent to help us at CPL. We certainly couldn't fulfill our mission without you. Thank you to our puppy homes and prison program volunteers who raise a puppy from 8 weeks old until 14 months. These volunteers never complain about getting up at 4 a.m. to take their puppies out to do their business in the rain. Thank you also to our many other volunteers, our whelpers, walkers, socialization handlers, breeder homes, weekend dog sitters, and the many other volunteer roles that help CPL run smoothly. You give of your time, your home, sometimes at the expense of carpets and furniture, and you give love to a puppy who has a very important life. Next, I'd like to thank our staff. We are blessed to have a group of individuals who are passionate about the mission. They're happy to share their expertise and they're dedicated to meeting the goals of the organization. You are truly ambassadors for the work that is accomplished at CPL. I'd like to specifically mention our program team members. Train the dogs in the class and work with the teams graduating today. Our trainers are Victoria Scavicci and Valerie Skinner. Deb Bauer is our program director. Christina Billy is our graduate support coordinator. Our program assistants are Jan Darcy and Diane Blanky, and our harness technician is Jerry Ortega. Thank you to all. As you can see, there are hundreds of people who help prepare these dogs for today and their journey ahead. One other group I would like to recognize are our generous supporters. As a nonprofit, we can only fulfill our mission with the financial support of our donors. I also want to recognize our vet sponsors who donate veterinary care to our dogs in their first. They give vaccines, radiographs, and they do spaying and neutering of our dogs. Thank you for believing in the mission and choosing to support Canine Partners for Life. Today, you're going to hear about the journey, the 2-year journey our dogs take that begins at 8 weeks old. You're going to hear about challenges they overcame, stories, their quirks and talents, and the many people who train and give them love along the way. You'll hear about the team training journey, an intense 2.5 weeks that started on Zoom, learning about the assistance dog industry, public access rights, healthcare, and training techniques. Then the on-campus training where the partnership bond begins. Are practiced and perfected. Trips are made in public together with our trainers. Today is a celebration of partnerships and the journey ahead as we wish our graduates the best in their future adventures with their partners. We will hear from our graduates about their journey. Now I'd like to introduce Christina Billy, our graduate support coordinator, so that she may announce our home companion teams. Christina?
Thank you, Janie. And thank you again to everyone for watching with us today and being here to celebrate all of our teams. I would like to first introduce home companion graduates Chelsea and Leah. The following individuals and organizations have contributed to Leah's journey to become a home companion dog. Breeder, Canine Partners for Life, Sam Carney, Sire Rocco from OPK Goldens, Namer, the Stamen family, Puppy Homes, Cindy Chamberlain and Buck Bullen, Lafayette College, and SCI Muncie. Home Companion Training Homes, John and Grace Gosney, Arlene Binsick, Kathy, and Travis Hayes. Leah's journey began first in a puppy home. Her puppy home told us Leah was here for a few weeks before heading to Lafayette College, where she began her early training days. She arrived as a sweet, very chubby girl. She had the cutest wiggle when she ran after the other labs in my house. She would run as fast as her legs could take her, then roll to the side and wonder what happened. All the dogs would turn around to see where she was. They would all run back, help her up, and try again. She fit in very well with the pack. Leah's journey continued at SCI Muncie, where her handlers told us Leah was always very attentive. She formed a strong bond with me as her handler from the very beginning. She was very playful and loved cuddling for a bit at the end of the day. She loved to learn and was remarkably smart and sweet. Leah's first birthday was a really great time. Close to 50 people attended her party and showered her with gifts and lots of love. Her party was a princess-themed party, and Leah wore a handmade princess dress with a flower halo headpiece. She soaked up all of the attention and love with no problem at all. It was an absolute pleasure to raise Leah and be able to watch her learn and grow. She is such an amazing dog, and I am elated that she found her forever person. Congratulations, Leah. Another handler told us, I had a very short time with Leah, but she was a very sweet and affectionate dog. She didn't warm up to me right away, but when she came back for the holidays, she warmed up right to me and acted as if I was her best friend. She was a very lovable dog and great to be around. Coming into the puppy program as a new handler, I was very lucky to be put in a room with an older dog like Leah. It helped me learn easier with an experienced dog. She liked to pretend as if she didn't know her training, but she quickly warmed up to me and started to listen. It was so great to have her learn from me and be able to watch her move on. It is great to see Leah graduate and make someone else as happy as she made all of us. I hope Leah and her forever person enjoy each other. Leah is an absolute joy to be with and will make anyone happy. Congratulations, Leah. After leaving SCI Muncie and spending some time at CPL, Leah's next phase of training was home companion training. Her training home said, Leah was with us for 4 months as a home companion training dog. During that time, we had the pleasure of living and working with an amazingly sweet, kind, and gentle spirit. Leah was calm and gracious with everyone, both in our home, community, and at work, young, old, in a wheelchair, or on crutches. She was always well-mannered. I will say it took us a while when she first joined us to learn that she needed to pay attention to me when we encountered rabbits, deer, foxes, chipmunks, and her biggest focus, the toad. And she was a serious water dog, as you can see by her looking at the Brandywine on one of our lunchtime walks, or the pure joy when she was swimming with a friend's daughter. Leah is a special girl who I know is making a big difference in the life of her recipient. Thank you so much for sharing this lovely girl with us. Her other home companion training home told us, Leah is such a sweet girl. We had the opportunity to have her join our pack for almost 3 months during COVID. She is such a laid back and easygoing girl that loves snuggle time. She worked on her skills while she was with us and especially loved opening the refrigerator and the lap command. She is a great companion and we enjoyed having her as a part of our family. Our message to graduates, we know you have been waiting for this moment. Thank you for your patience to get to today. We wish you a long and happy life with your companion that allows you to be more confident and independent. Chelsea's family has provided me a statement to share with you all about their journey. We are so thankful to CPL for bringing Leah into our lives and providing us with an amazing new addition to our family. Leah was matched with Chelsea in December of 2020. Chelsea is 8 years old and has Down syndrome. Whitney, Chelsea's 6-year-old sister, also has Down syndrome. After a long car ride down to CPL to meet Leah, they were both bouncing off the walls and wanted to do anything but sit still during our family training. CPL was amazingly accommodating and worked with us to both allow them the movement breaks they needed while still making sure we learned everything we had to be great caregivers for Leah. After a long and stressful 10 months of homeschooling and loss of services for the girls due to COVID, Leah was truly a welcome, bright light in a very troubling time. Leah has an incredible intuition that allows her to fill so many roles in Chelsea's life. When Chelsea is frustrated or upset and has trouble self-soothing, Leah is right there next to her, sitting calmly and offering Chelsea a warm, inviting snuggle. When Chelsea is bouncing off the walls and needs to get some energy out, Leah is the first one to dash for the backyard with a toy in hand, ready to play. While waiting nicely for the school bus every morning used to be challenging for Chelsea, now she looks forward to it, waiting with Leah. Almost every morning before getting on the bus, Chelsea carefully positions an iPad in Leah's view, meticulously scrolls through her videos, and exclaims, "Leah likes this one," before giving her a hug goodbye and heading off to school. Leah also provides another watchful eye over the girls, and we can't express enough how much peace of mind this brings. While Leah is often Chelsea's perfect partner in crime in terms of play and shenanigans around the house, she is also amazing at alerting us with a very vocal woof when she thinks Chelsea may be getting into a bit too much trouble. As a prime example, a few months ago in our fenced-in backyard, a bear came within 10 feet of Chelsea and her older sister, who were on the patio drawing with sidewalk chalk. Leah immediately sprang into action and chased it up a tall tree, far away from the girls. She would not leave the base of the tree until Steve had to carry her inside to safety because she was not going to let that bear come down and get anywhere near her Chelsea. Go, Leah. We are so grateful to have her in our family, and we cannot wait to watch Leah, Chelsea, and Whitney grow up together. Congratulations again to Chelsea and Leah. Our next home companion team that I would like to introduce is Luke and Igor. The following individuals and organizations have contributed to Igor's journey to become a home companion dog. Breeder Canine Partners for Life, Dam Kenzie, Sire Blue from OPK Goldens, Namer, Garrett and Tatiana Copeland, Vet Sponsor, VCA Bridgeport Animal Hospital, Puppy Homes, Leah and Dominic Corrigan, SCI Albion, and Home Companion Training Home, John and Grace Gosney. Igor's journey began first in a puppy home. His puppy home told us, as a little puppy, and then when he returned from his stay in prison, Igor came to school with me every day at a large inner city elementary school. Igor brought joy to the students and staff alike. Every day after school, Mr. Williams, a second grade teacher, looked forward to Igor taking off his vest and playing fetch in the long hallways. Igor can play fetch endlessly. He also enjoyed having students read to him and participating in demonstrations in classrooms where he wowed the students with his skills. At home, Igor very much enjoyed playing with his canine friends, Otto, the Bernese Mountain Dog, and Olivia, the Black Lab. Everybody got along just great. When the pandemic hit, probably the only positive was that we were thrilled to be asked to ride out the early months of the pandemic with Igor when the kennel temporarily was closed. My grandson loves spending time with Igor as well. My son Dominic and I worked from home with Igor by our side. Otto and Olivia were also psyched to have him back. Igor is very athletic and absolutely loved these activities. Igor was also Dominic's backyard workout buddy. We are so proud of Igor and want to congratulate Luke and Igor on the match. We wish them many happy years together. Igor's journey continued at SCI Albion, where his primary handler told us, Igor is a very happy guy with very expressive eyes. He is eager to please and willing to learn new things. Igor also has a slight stubborn streak when he feels. But overall, he is a people-loving guy willing to give and receive lots of affection. When Igor first came, he was a little shy guy. But once he got comfortable in his surroundings, look out. He wanted to go everywhere and do everything. He loved going to work with me in the medical department infirmary where he would visit with his patients. Igor will bring lots of happiness to your life. I'm glad I had the chance to work with him so he can change your life for the better. As a past graduate once said, it took a dog trained by inmates in prison to give me my freedom. That about says it all. After leaving SCI Albion and spending some time at CPL, Igor's next phase of training was home companion training. His training home told us, of the 42 dogs that we've had in the last 8 years while volunteering with Canine Partners for Life, Igor was definitely one of our favorite CPL visitors. I work PT for Bayside Community Network, an organization for special needs adults in Cecil County, Maryland. On a weekly basis, when I am not scheduled to work, I take the CPL dog that I am currently training to visit with clients and staff at Bayside. Igor was a great dog at bringing smiles to clients and staff alike. My favorite memory of Igor is having a young man who happens to be very shy walk side by side with Igor and me for 2 or 3 minute visit with our director. It was a sight that brought lots of smiles to many, many faces. Good luck, Luke and Igor. Since being matched, Luke's family has shared that since Igor joined our family in December, Luke, and truthfully all of us, has smiled and laughed more than we have in years. All Luke has to do is look at Igor and his mood improves. Igor's sweet obedience, loyalty, affection, and laid-back personality has already helped Luke, and again, all of us, weather many storms. Thank you, CPL and the kind village who made Team Luke and Igor possible. You are truly possum. And now Luke is here with us today and would like to share a few words.
Okay, well, come on, Harry, they're waiting. It's your turn.
Video.
Okay. Go ahead, Luke. Go ahead.
What do you want me to say?
How much you want? Yeah, thank you for Igor.
Why?
Okay, well, the camera's on right now, so go ahead. Just say thank you.
Guys, this is Luke, and I'm Luke's dad, and this is Igor. And Luke's
Luke's family has prepared a video for us to share as well.
Our experience with Canine Partners for Life has been nothing short of amazing. From our family's initial trip up to Cochransville, when we got to tour your incredible facility and meet your amazing team, to the awesome moment where you notified us that after 3 years that Luke and Igor had been paired, to the expert team training that Valerie provided. Our journey has been just filled with professionalism and excellent communication, lots of flexibility, a whole lot of patience, and most of all, compassion. Igor has literally changed our lives. He's given Luke a genuine sense of responsibility. With feeding and grooming, Valerie, you'd be so proud. I never thought Luke would get in there with a toothbrush like he does and just really tend to his every need. And not only does Igor ensure that Luke gets his daily exercise, he's really worked out his throwing arm. His love of balls has really been quite entertaining. And it's one of the things that are most enamoring about Igor. Igor's also taken Luke out of his comfort zone a couple times, most recently down to our neighborhood creek, something that I don't think Luke would normally explore on his own. But Luke willingly obliges because he trusts and loves Igor so much. And when life has been a little tense, as it has been for all of us this past year, Igor has an amazing ability to calm. that pup never gets rattled. He's just a consistent force of peace and love, which I think is a testament to all the expert training and all the love that he was shown by CPL staff. So thank you. Aside from all of that, we just love Igor's silliness and his cuddliness. Just awesome to have around. So again, we want to thank CPL from the bottom of our hearts for enriching Luke's life, enriching our family's life in so many ways. Congratulations to Luke and Igor on graduating, and much congratulations to all the other graduates today. Thank you.
Congratulations, Luke and Igor. Now I would like to introduce trainer Valerie Skinner to announce the graduating full service teams.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations. I'm going to introduce our full service teams. First, we have Kara and Jersey. The following individuals and organizations have contributed to Jersey's journey to become a full service dog. Breeder, Canine Partners for Life, ADI, North American Breeding Cooperative, Dame Reenie, Stud Sawyer, Namer Marlise and Kendall Ackes. Sponsors for the vet is French Creek Veterinarian Hospital, Puppy Home, Cindy Chamberlain and Buck Bullen, and SCI Muncie. Jersey's journey started in a community home and continued to SCI Muncie, where her handlers told us Jersey was such a sweet, loving dog. She was always happy-go-lucky girl and loved learning new things. Jersey always loved being around children, and she enjoyed the holidays because the kids would make her homemade dog treats in fun holiday shapes. She was always more than happy to eat them up. I am truly overjoyed to see that Jersey will be graduating as a full service dog. I am filled with happiness and true sense of accomplishment to know that she was going to help change someone's life for the better. Congratulations, Jersey. Another handler told us, Jersey personality was so many things, sensitive, sweet, and so smart. Jersey loved being around everyone and was very eager to please. She was an overall great dog. Jersey was my first dog to raise, and she was such a blessing. She came from a very good community home, and when she got here, she already knew a lot of and was an amazing listener. We only had a short time with Jersey, but she made a major impact on me. She was ready for any challenge. It made learning easier for me. She was an absolute joy to be around, and I'm so proud of Jersey for making it. She is an amazing dog. Jersey and her forever person are so lucky to have each other. She makes everyone she comes in contact with, from the past, present, and very happy and proud of her. I know I am. Congratulations. And Jersey's community home shared with us. Jersey was here during the pandemic when all the dogs were out of the kennel. And I was, of course, working remotely from a newly created home office space. She would spend the entire day with me in the office. Jersey was very interested in all the voices she heard coming from my computer. She would decide that sitting behind me in the chair with me, with her head over my shoulder, she could stare at the screen. My coworkers loved seeing her on every call. Then they were very sad she left and wants to head back to full service dog school. We could tell during team training that Kara and Jersey were dedicated to one another from the very beginning of team training, particularly when Jersey started alerting Kara on the very first day. Then, with Kara's help, Jersey was able to overcome a leg injury that happened a couple of days before the in-person part of team training started. During team training, Kara learned that Jersey loves to take off her gentle leader. She's actually very good at that. And it was a good opportunity teaching Kara to be ever vigilant. At first, a first-time recipient, Kara did a fantastic job listening and being very in tune with Jersey. And Jersey, in return, paid attention to Kara very well. There were always challenges during team training, and Kara was so nervous about dribbling the nails on the very first day of grooming that the second week she did it with confidence. And due to Jersey's leg injury, Kara started in a harness a week after everyone else, and it was such a smooth transition. Kara adjusted to the harness very quickly. Now that Jersey is in harness, Kara can use her pull-in harness to help conserve energy. Kara has learned to trust Jersey with alerts. And when Kara is down on the ground, you will see Jersey holding hand and paw. It's so adorable. And when Jersey does a skill, Kara's face lights up with a big smile. And now let's hear from Kara about her journey.
So I decided to not do my speech live just in case I get kicked off of Zoom. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that I could stop and pause my video and record it again if I start to cry. I'm just kidding. This is probably the fourth time I've had to record this. But I am Kara, and this is Jersey. She is a absolute blessing. I can't even begin to thank CPL enough for everything that they've done. I'm gonna try to get through my speech again, and hopefully I can get through this time. I remember our first week of training on Zoom. Ed said, "You will see in person how perfectly matched everyone is with their dog when we get there." And it didn't take but just a few days for me to see that he was absolutely right. It was like looking at many versions of my classmates in dog form. Such similar personalities. Not only that, but personalities and behaviors of the dog that fit that person's lifestyle in such an incredible way. It just goes to show that not only does CPL take the time getting to know the behaviors and personalities of each dog, but also those of each applicant. I can't begin to fathom how hard of a process that must be. After 2 weeks in person at CPL, I know how hard the trainers work and how dedicated they are to not only the dogs, but the people as well. I loved seeing Val's and Deb's compassion for it all, and Victoria's encouragement for not just the dogs, but the people is just incredible. She always made me feel supported. They all are so passionate about their job and so skilled at what they do. I know that I will always have their support throughout my whole partnership with Jersey. I think about how well Jersey's going to fit into my life and how many people have influenced her and shaped her into the amazing and incredible dog that she is. There are certain things that she does that I wonder who taught her that. And as I write this, it's only my 11th day with her, and I'm still learning more and more about her, and I know there are so many people that left a piece of them with her. She does this thing where she completely sleeps on her back every time. Every time. It's the cutest thing. She loves her soccer ball, although we've been just rolling it. She loves to rest her head on my arm. Lammy is her new favorite toy. When I sit down to do my makeup, she automatically goes under the table and rests her head on my foot, periodically checking in and looking up at me. Egg and cheese treats do not sit well with her stomach. I almost messed up the food command where she has to sit and wait once. And she tilted her head at me sideways like, you're doing this wrong, Mom. She's so smart and funny. But the real magic. Before having Jersey, I had to worry about every time I stood up and wonder if I was going to faint. Jersey has alerted me every day at least 4 times a day and has prevented me from dizzy spells, tunnel vision, and fainting. She brings me so much comfort and peace. She doesn't let me get up until it's safe for me to stand. I feel like someone finally understands when I don't feel okay, and I can't thank CPL enough for matching me with her. Victoria, Cindy, Buck, Muncie Prison, Michelle, everyone that had any part in raising and training my girl, thank you. Thank you for loving her and for helping get us to this point in our journey. And thank you to everyone at home who helped me get where I am today with Jersey. My mom, who took me back and forth to all my appointments and helped me get my diagnosis. Mom and John, for all your support with our trip. To all my friends and family who helped to make a donation for my trip and for CPL. To my in-laws for holding down the fort and taking care of my whole world while we were gone. To my husband, Zach, my support person, my note taker, my photographer, my pooper scooper, my therapist, my rock. Thank you for being by my side through it all. You all are amazing, and I wouldn't have made it without you. Thank you.
Congratulations to Kara and Jersey. The next team is going to be Brenda and Sunny. The following individuals and organizations contributed to Sunny's journey to become a full-service dog. Canine Partners for Life are the breeder. Debbie is the dame. Mikey from Susquehanna Service Dogs was the stud dog. Namer John and Jill Sundquist. Vet sponsor, Animal Medical Center. Puppy Homes, SCI Laurel Highlands, Hani Halaz, and Linda Wood. Sunny's journey began at Laurel Highlands after she spent some time in 2 community puppy homes. Her puppy home told us, Sunny is an extremely skilled, joy-filled worker. Her smiling face and happy eyes are legendary at the prison in which she was raised, on CPL's campus, and among volunteers who had anything to do with her. As one gets to know her, her clear, non-vocal expressions become nuanced. She has an eager, let's go do it together look in the new places or when she's learning new skills, new games and fun for her. She definitely rolls her eyes at the antics of the neighbor's CPL puppy in training, even as Sunny modifies her play to accommodate its lower strength or steps without confidence, inviting it to follow her while passing a grinding garbage truck, ignoring howling bagpipes, or greeting the huge pig at the local produce market. Sunny is ready for adventures anywhere. But should they include the opportunity to spin around and dunk down in shallow water, be prepared to giggle. She still remember collecting her for a stay in our home, her tail wagging, her beautiful gold-flecked coat soaked. She had been released to play and quick as a flash located a filled horse trough in which to twirl about. For Sunny, life is wonderful fun. Doing her skills, which she is so good at, is fun, and doing them knowing she can help Brenda will be even better. Enjoy. It's also been said that Sunny, she is an amazing dog, so full of happiness and loyalty. She is eager to please her person in any way. Sometimes she will do what you need even before you ask. She is very intuitive. She's such a strong work ethic and also competitive when other dogs are doing skills in Sunny lets out a little whimper because she wants to work. Sunny loves to play fetch, which is something her and Brenda did a lot of during team training, playtime. Sunny may be small, but she stands for her ground in the playtime and the play groups. Sunny is so intuitive and knows how you're feeling at all times. When you're upset, she will comfort you. Sunny isn't the most affectionate at first, but once she earns your trust, and she is so loyal and affectionate, and once you have made it into Sunny's life, she never forgets a face. This team training class was an experience when we remembered for the laughs and jokes brought to the classmates and staff through Brenda's great sense of humor. There were a few moments in particular that stand out to us. When Brenda did bag carries, Sunny would be so excited. She would just sort of snatch the bag out of Brenda's hair like, come on, we're going now. This always made Brenda and everyone else in the class laugh. Sunny definitely enjoyed doing bag carries. And on the Longwood Gardens trip, Brenda was determined to do steps with the rest of her class. And since she uses a scooter, we found a step made of a rock instead of actual stairs. Brenda and Sunny made it all the way up and over the rock, only to get stuck at the top. Thankfully, Lynn came to the rescue. Brenda has worked very hard during team training, master getting through doors on her scooter while Sunny holds the door open for her. It has been wonderful to see her and Sunny improve this task because every door was different. Sunny is eager to do skills for Brenda. They both have smiles on their faces. Brenda often drops treats, and Sunny is so good about not touching them. And Brenda said she feels bad for her. And now let's hear from Brenda about her journey.
Sure. Am I on there?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Am I with my patient? Okay. Hi, this is Sunny right here, and I'm Brenda. And everything that Val said is absolutely true. I am the worst at giving poor Sunny her treats, but she waits so patiently to receive her reward. I thought team training this year went really, really well. I'm a successor candidate, and it was very, very touching that being with all the other people who were successor candidates, that we all had that moment to cry about how we felt about getting another dog. And I'll tell you, this one is so different than Mr. Max. Mr. Max would never have been on my lap. Look at little Sunny all curled up on a ball right here. She is just a little sweetheart. There was, she's very intuitive, as Val said, and she really responds to your voice. So in particular, if you get upset and she hears that in your voice, she is very perceptive to know, something is amiss. So that's very encouraging to know with her. She reminds me to take a step back and take a look at things. Usually I talk a lot more with my hands, and I can't right now because my arms hurt from throwing the ball with Sunny. It's been on and on with playing. She has one ball and she loves that ball. So I want to say thank you to everyone. I'm just kind of deciding what I'm going to do with 15 pounds of Gigi Bite treats. That is like, what do I do with all that? Thank you, everybody, for all the wonderful things they've done to support us. And poor Sunny, she's had just a lot of things happen with her. And so now she can be secure in her forever home. Thank you to all the other people involved in team training. You guys will have created a forever bond for all of us. So thank you again and have a great day.
Well, congratulations, Brenda and Sunny. Our next team is Noella and Tessa. And the following individuals have contributed to Tessa's journey to become a full service dog. Breeder, Canine Partners for Life, Dame, Steffi, Sire, Murray, Guide Dog Foundation, Namer, Elizabeth Durr, Puppy Home, SCI Somerset, Liz Ford, and the Breeder Home, Liz Ford. As some of you may know, Tessa's journey included being a breeder for CPL before she was selected as her new role as a full service dog. She's a dog of many talents. As she was growing up, she spent time at SCI Somerset, where the handlers call themselves the Canine Connection, and sent us this message about Tessa. Hello there, CPL family, friends, graduates, and guests. Is everyone as excited about this year's graduation as we are at Somerset's Canine Connection? Our excitement stems from one very special Black Lab graduating this year. Her name is Tessa. Without placing one paw on the virtual stage, this graduation, Tessa has already shared so much of her journey and love in many different ways. Never mind, there were two little litters of Tessas out there doing the same thing. Here's a short bit about Tessa's personality. How about a split personality? Welcoming her from 3 weeks old and training her until she was over a year old, we witnessed quite a transformation from supervillain to superhero. By the time Tessa was 6 months old, her will to learn was unmatched. Teach me, show me, I want this, very eager, as if she knew there was a bigger picture and she belonged in it. Her affectionate side. She showed affectionate to those who gave affection and for those who did not. She didn't waste her time. You would think a special memory about a perfect day playing fetch, etc. Those types of memories are plentiful but overshadowed. Memory lane always leads me to the trip with Tessa to a special needs unit where over 100 men are housed. From paraplegic to psychiatric issues, all of these men desire better days. Tessa was their miracle every single time she visited. A special message for the graduate. If Tessa believes in you, reads that your actions are sincere, her whole heart will belong to you. Tessa wasted no time at the start of team training to get to work. She alerted Noella on the first day, continuing to alert Noella's smallest absence seizures throughout team training. One time, Tessa climbed all the way from the back seat of the car into the front seat to alert Noella. Noella has a retired service dog, Tilly, and she was a bit concerned how Tilly and her pet would get along. Tilly, her pet dog, would now get along with Tessa, her service dog. Well, she didn't have to worry for too long because the first night she posted happy pictures of herself snuggled up with all three dogs. Noella has started teaching Tessa some Spanish. Tessa's picking it up very quickly. Noella says the Spanish word for kiss, and Tessa gives her a big kiss. Tessa is always close as she can get to Noella throughout team training, often had her head on her feet or leaning on her legs. And now let's hear from Noella about her journey.
I want to say thanks to all the people who were involved in Tessa's development as a dog and in her life like a mother. Thank you to all for taking time to train Tessa to be the service dog she is right now. Thanks to CPL for giving me the special dog like Tessa. She's amazing, dedicated, lovely, and happy to work with me. For the second time, I received my freedom to be independent. Having Tessa alerting my episode, I know I'll be safe because she is always on point. Again, thanks to CPL to be available to match me with Tessa, my super dog. I promise to take care of her with all my heart. Thanks to all.
And congratulations to Noella and Tessa. Our next partnership from team training is Ed and Rain. And the following individuals organizations have contributed to Rain's journey to become a full service dog. Breeder Canine Partners for Life, Dame Steffi Sire Griff. Namer Liz Ford. Vet sponsor, Richland Vet Hospital, Puppy Home SCI Somerset. Rain's journey began at SCI Somerset, and her handlers sent us this message. Rain arrived at our door on July 10th, 2019 at 8 weeks old and 12 pounds. And she was awesome. Rain is very gentle, loving, and loyal too. Playful and independent. The name Rain means queen or mighty. The name is very fitting for her as she is very confident. Rain was attentive during her training and always eager to learn. She loves her naps and play too. Rain really loved training and holding the rope. She would open a cabinet and sit and hold the rope or stand holding the rope, looking at me, wagging her tail. Rain loved to play ball with a light green tennis ball. It had to be that ball and that color. She loves to play fetch and bring it. The best was the times in the large kiddie swimming pool. She loves the water, jumping in and out of the pool. Rain would spin a 5-gallon bucket in the pool with her front paws over and over. She really loved being in the pool. Rain was with us for 14 wonderful months, filled with her total dedication to us. Rain loves, prays, and is very attentive to you. She will learn you and become your best friend. Rain was our queen, and now she will be ready to provide a lifetime of love to you. We are so proud of you, Ed, and so proud of Rain. Like any great team, neither one of you ever gave up. You both will build a great life together. Rain seemed to bond quickly with us when we kept the day full of love, training, and lots of fetch. We prayed for a puppy like Rain, and for her success, our prayers were answered. We will know she will answer yours. We wish you, Ed, the best, and lots of love to you and our little girl, Rain. When Ed came to team training, one of the challenges he spoke of would be finding a place in the city for Rain to do her business. Ed sings in a choir and events are often downtown, and he mentioned this was a challenge with his previous dog. Well, I assured Ed that Rain will do her business on any surface. And while walking across the parking lot of Longwood Gardens field trip, she proved this to him. And Ed is a good sport. He joked, well, she could have given me the warning she had to go. Ed also soon realized that Rain does skills. She responds the best when Ed would give her high praise at a party after skills. Rain became a pro at GoPay, so Ed bought her a new wallet, and she loves showing it off during her GoPays in Westchester. During that trip, Rain and Ed did a great job with their door pull in a busy Westchester environment, which showed how much they had bonded. Ed and Rain are a great match. Ed calls Rain a diva and even brought her a rainbow tutu at Gigi Bites. At playtime, Ed could not believe Rain was the same dog because she turns into a tomboy on the play yard. We are thrilled to have Ed in this class as he is a great sense of humor. And since he's a successor, he was able to share a wealth of knowledge with his classmates. And now let's hear from Ed about his journey.
Ed, I think you need to unmute.
Hi, and thank you to Canine Partners for Life for my successor placement. I have a lot of people to thank. It takes a village sometimes, and in my case, a family of choice and a family of biology. My dad, who was at team training with me at 87 years old and supports me unconditionally, let me stay in his home, made sure I got fed and whatever we needed. To my brothers, Steve and Tom, thank you for stepping up on your scheduled days off and being there to support me in this new adventure. To my sister Joanne and my friends Matt and Maria for being support as well. You know, it takes a lot to get to this point, including financially, emotionally, and physically. And we did it in the hottest week of June on record. I am very grateful for everyone who helped me financially get to this point. As a person with invisible disabilities, I am on disability, and it was a challenge to make all this happen. And I'm so grateful for so many people that stepped up to the plate. I thank CPL and all the wonderful trainers, including Victoria, Val, Deb, and Christina, for making it a fun-filled week despite the heat. And I most want to thank the 5 amazing women that came into my life that week. So to Brenda, Kara, Fiona, Noella, and Lynn, who showed me through their own examples, exemplifying bravery, courage, compassion, tenacity, patience, and most of all, love. We are part of a special group now, and I expect to be in your lives forever. Thank you to all who made this happen. I am loving getting to know Rain. She is a sweet, sweet dog and is always wherever I am, including, to my surprise, a poke her head in the shower the other day to make sure that I was okay. I'm not used to a dog being at my feet. My previous service dog was a little bit more independent, but I'm loving this new relationship and the time that I get to spend with her as we continue to get to know each other. Thank you to Canine Partners and my wonderful classmates for June that I will never forget.
Well, congratulations, Ed and Rain. Our next team is Lynn and Popeye. And the following organizations have contributed to Popeye's journey to become a full service dog. Breeder ADI North American Breeding Cooperative, Dame Ann Sire Troy, Namer Kathy Burkett, Puppy Home SCI Smithfield, and Suzanne Thompson. Popeye's journey began at SCI Smithfield, and his handler sent us this message. Popeye was a very loyal, loving, laid-back pup. He had a great personality, and all the staff and inmate handlers loved him. He was very smart and excelled in his training while at SMI. We hated to see him leave, but knew he was going to do well and make us proud. We are so incredibly excited and proud of him. We are all grateful to have had the opportunity to raise him and have him in our lives for the time we had him. We wish all the graduates the best. Lynn and Popeye fell in step together pretty quickly during team training. Steps are challenging for Lynn, so it's understandable they could be a daunting challenge with a new partner. When Lynn was attempting to do stairs for the very first time with Popeye, on the 3rd step, he just stopped and would not let Lynn take one more step. He was alerting to an episode of aphasia. Then, just 36 hours later, they successfully navigated steps at Longwood. It was so interesting to see how in tune Popeye was with Lynn at that alert. He had her sit right down and she backed up on the stairs on her butt, and he would not let her get up until he felt safe for her to move around again. Popeye's personality was on full display during a team training playtime session when he decided to lay down and chew a bone in the middle of the dogs. Lynn has joked that even if she says the wrong commands, Popeye knows what to do. Lynn told us Popeye is not her dog, but her partner. The partnership has come such a long way since the beginning of team training, and we hope they continue to give each other lots of laughs. Now let's hear from Lynn and Popeye about her journey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can then.
Okay. Guess who's just woken up? He's been sitting in my lap, and just this moment he woke up. He knows he's being talked about. Thank you, everybody. As Ed said, it does take a village. And for me, it also took 3 special friends for me to actually get to team training and do team training. So I want to thank my friend Karina, who flew me up to the DC area. My friend Marcy, who picked me up there and drove us up to CPL and was my support person for the entire 2 weeks. And my dear friend Mari, who then flew me back home to Florida. I am so grateful to everybody. I don't even know how I would express that gratitude. It's such a deep feeling, but it is reflected in every moment I have now with Popeye. There was a wonderful moment with Popeye right before I actually met him in person. I was going across the field to the barn, and Val was coming across the field from the kennel with 3 dogs, one of whom stopped to do some business. And I saw that Popeye was staring at me. Just the eyes were just locked with mine. And he continued to stare at me like that. I knew it must be Popeye. You know, dogs don't hold long gazes like that. But as I thought about this later, I realized that it was his soul meeting my soul. And in that gaze, we had both come home to each other. And when I did then meet him in the barn, he was just, an explosion of joy and slobbery kisses and exuberant joy, which I shared. I had doubts about him alerting me because I don't have medical issues that are typical for a dog to alert to. And I wondered if my first dog had been the only one who could do that. But on the second day, he alerted me twice in class. And then certainly while I'm teetering on the 3rd staircase, it became very clear that he knew exactly what he was doing. And that just cemented my relationship with him and my trust in him. And I think it really shows the professionalism of the staff as Val and guided me up those stairs, and through that without any drama, just being a perfectly natural thing. And I will always be so grateful for that. Another meaningful moment happened for me on the first night that I had Popeye back at the hotel, because that night at bedtime when I went to take him outside, I got outside and I realized that I had not brought my walker. I had forgotten it. I had bought a walker the day that my former dog had retired because I could no longer walk straight consistently. And it was such a great feeling of freedom. So I feel like I've come around again to say that everybody who has contributed to our teams, that I'm so deeply grateful. Popeye is bringing me and new chances at life. And that's no small thing. So I thank you again with all my heart.
Well, congratulations to Lynn and Popeye. Our next team is Fiona and Sonar. The following individuals and organizations have contributed to Sonar's journey to become a service dog. Breeder, Canine Partners for Life, Dame, Steffi. Sire, Murray from the Guide Dog Foundation. Namer, Hallett Lam. And vet sponsor was Conneaut Lake Veterinarian Hospital and Twin Brook Vet Hospitals. Puppy Homes, SCI Cambridge Springs, and Ed Goldenberg. Sonar's journey began at SCI Cambridge Springs, and his handlers sent us this message. Honestly, I remember Sonar being such a lover. The team of 3 primary handlers that raised him were a great team that worked so hard to make him the pup he is today. They were a strong, experienced team that worked diligently with him on all his commands to give him a solid foundation. Everyone at SCI, Cambridge Springs, and Albion are so proud of Sonar. Best of luck on your new partnership. Usually, a name reveals the character and nature of a person, being, place, or thing. But in the case of Sonar, a device used for locating and detecting submerged objects, it really did not fit the small, shy puppy that walked into my life. He was so small that when you picked him up, you could hardly feel him in your arms. Until one of the bigger dogs, Rocco, thought he was his own personal chew toy. He loved his paws and ears. He was so shy of people because they must have looked like giants to him. Furthermore, of all the giants, 1,000 in numbers, everyone wanted to pet Sonar. He might not have been too keen on the idea at that time. You could tell by the way he gave everybody the stink eye, that he disapproved of their advances. He loved his kennel because it was his safe place, because of the big stuffed lion that he could cuddle with. He loved to cuddle with his person too. But he was also an independent little guy. He was just a puppy, happy playing by himself, as with all the other dogs. Soon on the playground, he was king. He acted like a big dog in a little body. He was a terror with the other dogs who were twice his size. He ruled them, always taking whatever toy they had and would be playing and daring them to try to take it back. Sonar was easy to train because he was greedy and would do anything for a treat. He is definitely unique. My fondest and funniest memory of Sonar is when my co-handler were busy planting and I was busy cleaning out Sonar's kennel. I guess we didn't notice that Sonar had to do his business. Sonar somehow got out of the gate in the room and ran halfway across the hall with a trail of poop along the way. When I realized he was gone, I found him sitting calmly in his favorite spot. I guess he was waiting for me. He looked at me as though, I don't need you. I can do business all on my own. Training Sonar was a joy. I have had many blessings in my life, and Sonar was one of them. There's a saying, we give dog time we can spare, space we can spare, and love we can spare. And in return, dogs give us all that. So many times when we think we are making sacrifices to take care of them, train them, and raise them, but in truth is they make too many sacrifices to take care of us. From the lick on the face, the wag of their tail, or the joy they get when they see you. Sonar will be a loyal friend and companion. He will love you, although all through all your moments, love him, embrace him, and enjoy every moment you have together. Sonar is more than a service dog. He's an angel with paws on the ground and get the gift that keeps giving. After leaving SCI Cambridge Springs, Sonar spent a few months at CPL What we thought would be a weekend getaway ended up being a much longer stint with a puppy home who shared this message. Sonar came to us for a weekend respite because of the COVID-19, stayed 3 months. He was so gentle giant. Although 90 pounds, he thought he was a lap dog. He was so well-mannered, intelligent, and more obedient than any of my children. He loved chasing balls, car rides, walks through the park. His forever family has been blessed by having Sonar. He is missed. Well, Sonar started living up to his nickname. Super smart Sonar. When he was primarily matched to and provided full service skills of balance and support, Sonar decided during team training that he can also alert to Fiona's cardiac episodes. You can tell these two adore each other. When first getting used to walking with Sonar, Fiona was wondering, how would this ever be helpful? Then she let him lead, and now they are walking together smoothly. Fiona no longer has to hold on to someone to walk a straight line because Sonar does it with her. During team training, Fiona unfortunately had an ER visit and overnight hospital stay. Thankfully, she was okay and able to join us for the field trip at Longwood Gardens. With Sonar by her side, she walked the entire time. Fiona shared with us that she received the call about being matched with Sonar just as she was about planning to put paperwork in at her job for an early medical retirement. Now she has the option to keep working with Sonar's help. You can tell these two adore each other. Now let's hear from Fiona about her journey.
Hi everyone. Sonar's actually asleep, but he's here. First, I'd really like to thank my friends and family, both overseas and here in the States. Through your love, support, compassion, you have helped me get through this journey and get to where I need to be. And I am forever grateful for you. Sophie, thank you so much for being my rock and coming with me to the interview and then coming up to meet the 3 dogs and always being my partner in crime when we always go up there. And Di, thank you so much for making it possible for me to go to team training. With the fundraising, the O'Neills and Pippa, Paul, everybody, Duke, I mean, you have been amazing and so wonderful to help me through this, and words can never express how grateful I am. During team training, it was a bit difficult because I did get quite ill. But when I first met Sonar, I fell in love immediately. I mean, he is, as Val says, super smart Sonar. And he might be a bit stubborn with certain things and not like doing slobbery bag carries, but I can't say I blame him. He has been amazing. First day that, well, we got to be together during team training, he alerted, but we didn't know it was an alert and kind of ignored it. And I had an episode. And then the next day he did it again, but he was more persistent. And this time we knew what to look for. And he prevented me having an episode and was very, very adamant as to whether or not I should get up. When I tried getting up, he just lay on top of me. And the second time I tried getting up, he pinned me down by putting his head on mine and cuddling. So when he was satisfied I was okay, then I was able to get up. And that to me was such an amazing experience because I no longer have to be afraid that when I'm by myself and I have an episode, I'm going to be alone and no one to help me. Sonar did exactly what he was meant to do. And I am so very, very grateful. As Val said, when we first started walking, I was going one way, Sonar was going another. I'm like, this can't possibly help me. But it wasn't Sonar's fault, it was mine because I had to relinquish my control to him. For so many years, I'd looked at walls, lines, help from people to walk in a straight line. And I had to give that up and let Sonar be my guide, be my walker, be my eyes. And as soon as I did, it was as if we were one. And that was so life-changing also. It's taken so much to get Sonar to me, and so much training and love and guidance, and CPL, I can't thank you enough. Val, you'll always be his second mum, no matter what. And I know he misses you, but he'll see you again next year when we get recertified. My teammates, I couldn't have done it without you. Your encouragement, your love, support, and you will forever be my family. And I look forward to our adventures together later on. Thank you, CPL. You've made it wonderful.
Congratulations, Fiona and Sonar. And now we have a recorded message from trainer Victoria Scavicci.
Hi everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you today, but I wanted to share my sincerest congratulations to the summer 2021 class. This class has truly become a family and they care so much for each other. They have mentioned how close they have all become and how they will become longtime friends. This class has truly been so fun to work with. You should all be so proud of how far you've come in just a few short weeks. I'm so excited to see your partnerships grow and the things that you'll do in the future with your new partners. Remember that you have CPL's family support whenever you need us, and congratulations and best of luck to the new teams.
And now we will hear from CPL Board President Walter Griffiths.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for attending today. I do come to you on behalf of the Board of Directors. We have had a pretty lively meeting, I think, with 110 attendees, which is really terrific. And I feel a whole lot better than I did before the meeting. I think this is just terrific. A couple things I wanted to say briefly. First and foremost, I wanted to read you something quickly, if you don't mind, and that is our mission at Canine Partners for Life. The mission of Canine Partners for Life is to increase the independence and quality of life of individuals with physical, developmental, and cognitive disabilities or who are in other situations of need. We achieve our mission by providing and sustaining professionally trained service and companion dogs. And what I think you probably don't realize is that when we have board meetings, we like to talk about business stuff, but we start generally our board meetings with a mission moment where we go through the board on a rotation, asking each of the board members to share a mission moment. So I just wanted you all to be aware that that is the core of who we are and what we do. And it couldn't be possible without all of you. Would like to say a big thank you again to the staff, the volunteers and donors. Obviously, you're critical to this mission. And also thank you to the Board of Directors. They spend quite a lot of time donating their efforts here. But most of all, we want to congratulate you who are recipients and either working with a companion or a full service dog. This is just phenomenal, coming off of the recent pandemic or coming through that, to see the graduating class and see how wonderfully fit you are with the animals that you've been assigned. So again, thank you for choosing Canine Partners for Life. Welcome to the family, or welcome back for successors. And again, so much, it's just a great day on my mind, and congratulations to that. So again, I think we're one happy family and we're just glad that you're all part of it. So have a great afternoon.
Okay. Thank you, Walter. Can you all hear me? I'd like to thank all of you for being with us today to celebrate the work and relationships of these wonderful, talented teams. Through their dedication, they have developed a strong bond with their canine partner that will last a lifetime. To our teams, go forward in your lives confidently, knowing you have the commitment and devotion of your canine partner by your side. These dogs are ready to provide for your needs. They want to please you and make you happy. As we end our program today, be assured that CPL is here to support you for the lifetime of your partnership. You are strong individuals, but even stronger with your dog by your side. I'd like to read a poem that's been read at every single graduation since the beginning of Canine Partners, and it's entitled He's Just My Dog by Jean Hill. He is my other eyes that can see above the clouds, my other ears that hear above the winds. He is the part of me that can reach out into the sea. He has told me 1,000 times over that I am his reason for being, by the way he rests against my leg, by the way he thumps his tail at my smallest smile, by the way he shows his hurt when I leave without taking him. I think it makes him sick with worry when he's not along to care for me. When I am wrong, he's delighted to forgive. When I am angry, he clowns to make me smile. When I am happy, he is joy unbounded. When I'm a fool, he ignores it. When I succeed, he brags. Without him, I am only another man. With him, I am all powerful. He is loyalty itself. He has taught me the meaning of devotion. With him, I know a secret comfort and a private peace. He has brought me understanding where before I was ignorant. His head on my knee can heal my human hurts. His presence by my side is protection against my fears of dark and unknown things. He has promised to wait for me whenever, wherever, in case I need him. And I expect I will, as I always have. He is just my dog. We'd like to take this moment to thank our sponsors for supporting this most important event. This special event, our graduation ceremony, speaks directly to our mission, and you've heard today personal accounts of the impact that CPL dogs have on the lives of not only our recipients, but their families and even their communities. So thank you truly, Gigi Bites Bakery and Marketplace, Barringer Ingelheim, the Canine Connection at SCI Somerset Puppy Program, and Dr. Ted Trout Landon. We want you all to mark your calendars now for CPL's Fall Festival featuring Cow Bingo, September 18th. That's a Saturday. This is a fun and educational day for people of all ages, and we're excited to be sharing this event once again live. For those who do not know what Cow Bingo is, it's a grid system marked out on a field. The picture speaks well to that. And you purchase a $10 square in that grid, maybe 2 or more. And if the cow does her business on your square, you win $5,000. Cow Bingo tickets will be available soon. Check our website and social media for announcements of when they will be available for purchase. And this sadly concludes our summer 2021 virtual graduation ceremony. Thank you again for joining us for today's celebration. Directly following this ceremony, we're hosting a social Zoom session with our graduates. So if you would like to talk with them and pass along your personal well wishes, simply click on the link in the chat box below or on our website. It's posted there as well, canineforlife.org. So to our new graduates, from everyone who's a part of this amazing organization, we welcome you to the CPL family and say again, congratulations.